This is the home of the American Legion, Post 23 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Founded in 1919, the American Legion in Bowling Green is over 100 years old, enhancing the well-being of America's veterans, their families, the military, and communities. That's how the members of Post 23 interpret their mission, which is a reflection of the 4 pillars on which the American Legion operates.
We go by the 4 pillars, is what it's called, of the American Legion, and that is Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, Americanism, National Security, and Children and Youth Services. And that's the people that we serve first of all and best of all.
While nonprofit organizations often focus on helping one group or one part of the community, the American Legion Post 23 has found ways to help many groups and serve the community in various ways.
And what we do here at the American Legion, in conjunction with other veterans organizations, is service our young and our veterans and do community service and make grants to different people and furnish scholarships and furnish Boys State, candidates to go to Boys State, and we stay quite busy with doing all that.
We've put in probably 20 veterans in apartments that was homeless. We put them in apartments, completely furnished the apartments with the assistance from these other groups, like the Good Deeds Club, and who goes in and cleans the apartments and then furnishes those. And we've also been involved with Western Kentucky University. We got like 4 scholarships at Western. We've been involved with the youth sports within the city, all kinds of different sports. We've probably given back a couple $1 million to the community in the last 10 or 12 years. We have a good team working together, and during the pandemic we worked every single day. During the tornado relief, we've been involved with these groups out on the street feeding. We work with the Room at the Inn where they put the homeless up at night. It's just so many things we do. It's really hard to put your finger on one that's maybe a little more value than the other.
One way Post 23 directly assists veterans is through their service officer. As you might imagine, navigating all the paperwork to obtain VA benefits can be a challenge for veterans. The service officer can help veterans sort through the maze and obtain the benefits they deserve.
Each post in Kentucky has to have a service officer. Then people come and see me and they ask me, is there any way you can help me or my family with compensation through the VA or a pension? And I guide them through the best way to get them some compensation and benefits. I keep a record of how many claims I mail in. I mailed in 144 claims last month. And usually for the year, I'm up around 700 to 800 every year.
The American Legion understands that even with hundreds of members and significant resources, they can still only accomplish a limited amount alone. That's why they have chosen to partner with and support numerous other organizations, effectively multiplying the help they can provide.
Well, we do everything for the veterans that we do for non-veterans. We feed them, we house them. With the service officer, we help them to get compensation, help them to get health care. We have a fund where when the veterans call, and they run out of gas, well, we might buy them $25 worth of gas. If they need a little food, we might have one of the folks buy some food, take it to their homes. Then they go to the VA clinic, they go over to the Veterans Alliance store, and if they need a certain thing, then those directors put them to us. And we are able then, we got a lot of people in the community that we deal with, a lot of organizations, and we usually know where to send someone if we can't help them.
Yeah, December 10th, after the tornadoes had hit Warren County and Bowling Green and done all the destruction and damage, Sheriff Brett Hightower, which is a VFW member, Legion member, and Vet Post member to all them organizations, had called and made contact with all of us that morning. I talked with Malcolm here at the Legion and stuff. Instead of tying up two different places, we decided to use the VFW as the drop-off and distribution hub for tornado relief, and all three organizations worked together. Malcolm and Jim worked hour after hour helping us coordinate trucks, storage places, connexes, and anything that we could come up with that. So from December, January, February, March, and April, these three organizations all worked together to make sure that we got food out, we got water out, we got clothes out, whatever we could do for our community.
Since we started working together here in our community, myself, American Legion, VFW, we've accomplished helping more veterans than we did individually. We've done quite a few events together. We did, back during COVID, we fed a lot of people here in town, the Legion did, and we worked together with VFW out there. We've hung out 300 meals out to VFW one day. Jim was out there helping us with that. And then during the tornado relief, we set up the VFW as a distribution center, myself and Glenn Skaggs, commander of the VFW. And instead of shutting the Legion down, we shut the VFW down, made it into a distribution center, which we get stuff in, we'd give out to the Jim, knew people needed help. We've worked with the Veteran Alliance Center over in Fairview Plaza, and we were helping each other for things like that. We had like 18 trucks come in out to VFW, and so we just sent everything out to other VSOs here in town and some other places around, and helped. I guess out of the folks, we've seen probably over 3,000 people came in out there. And if we didn't have something, I knew I could call either Jim or the Alliance Center and say, hey, I've got a veteran or a person needs this or that. They had it. So we had things they didn't have. They had stuff we didn't have. So it all came together as one big group, and we helped, I don't know how many people all together, all three groups. There's no telling how many people we helped out.
Well, we work with them two different ways. One way that we work with them, if they run across somebody that's needing some assistance and stuff, they always bring them to us. And if we run across somebody that's needing assistance that we can't really do, we'll get with the American Legion and different organizations within Bowling Green and try to find the assistance they need. But anytime we need anything, as far as a donation, where it be monetary or they might go purchase something for us. Just recently they bought us some racks for our food bank because we needed more racks to keep our food on and stuff like that. So they purchased us some racking from Home Depot to help us out to keep our money to help veterans.
We've worked together, KVB and American Legion, quite a few times over the last 5 years. In some cases, it's as big as the December disaster we had, and in some cases, it could be like recently, the social worker at the local VA clinic gave us a call because another social worker called her about an elderly veteran who needed an AC unit. Well, we didn't have the means at the time, so we called Jim Manley, and between Jim Manley, us, and the two social workers, that gentleman got an AC within 2 days. I think due to our personal relationships, of course, obviously we're all veterans, but we've grown to be really good friends over the years, and that helps. I can call Jim at night and say, hey, I got this call, and we'll work it out together. We'll find somebody who can. The commitment of the American Legion and other organizations here in Bowling Green to the veterans is above and beyond. We give out free clothing and food 3 days a week. We help with utility bills, stuff like that. And if it gets too much, we know we have a community already in place that can give us a hand. And American Legion's the first one in line. It's the first person we call.
The team at Post 23 has always pitched in during any big event affecting the community, such as the COVID pandemic and the devastating tornadoes that struck Bowling Green and South Central Kentucky in 2021. But there are many less dramatic but just as important ways that the American Legion serves the community alone and with their many partners.
The American Legion Post 23 has such a positive impact on our community, especially with Toys for Tots. I always call them our hidden treasure of heroes. The American Legion has sponsored our volunteer and donors appreciation banquet for many years. They furnish the food for that, and it just shows the people that help Toys for Tots a great big thank you, and that would not be possible without the American Legion. They also allow us to have a box at their location during the holiday to collect toys, and then they give us a pretty hefty monetary donation to help. Last year, in 2021, we were able to serve over 11,000 children. That would not have been possible without the support of the American Legion.
We work together providing food for the homeless veterans, clothes. We work very closely hand in hand with the Legion here, of which I am a member, along with AMVETS, in providing for the community.
We contacted the American Legion because we have some ties with them from years ago. And so we started partnering there, and one of the things that they were very interested in us doing was working with homeless veterans and trying to help them obtain housing and then furnish the housing once they got that. We're lucky to be a part of the group. We're lucky to be able to partner with them. We're blessed to have the relationship we do because their mission is to provide for the community, provide for veterans, to make a difference.
I've been with the Bowling Green VA Clinic for approximately 8 years. And in that time frame, we have built a huge relationship with the American Legion. They sponsor us and help us with every event that we do. We also have a clinic advisory council, and we try to work on problems and problem solve together. So if there's any issues that we need to correct, the American Legion is part of the clinic advisory team as well. When COVID was going on, when we couldn't get out and nothing was open, they would bring us lunch, and we partner with them to help serve dinners here at the American Legion, and we work together on any outdoor events, be it with veterans or with just the community itself.
If you visit the American Legion Post 23, you can't help but notice and be moved by the beautiful tribute to America's servicemen and women located in front of their building.
Here at the American Legion Post 23 in Bowling Green, we decided through committee work to honor our veterans in a little bit different way. We decided to build this monument with all these black granite stones. Each one of the stones represent each one of the wars that we were in, and each individual soldier in those stones is period dressed. We also have bricklaying in front of the stones where individual bricks can be laid in honor of anybody that served in the services. And then also we have the 5-foot stones out here that honor the 5 different branches of the service. Also we have in our corner over here a POWMIA stone, which is very important to all veterans because we still have members that have not returned and still missing in action.
The American Legion is strong within this community. They are silent partners for the most part, which makes them even more humble and gracious. They serve the community, they serve our veterans. There's just pretty much nothing that they would not do to help serve the veterans in this community, and it is just an honor to be a part of the American Legion and help serve our community and our veterans.
It's just been a pleasure to work with the American Legion. I'm fortunate enough to go to their monthly meetings, and I keep their minutes for them. They welcome the community with open arms to come to those monthly meetings. To hear the stories of the veterans is amazing, and I don't think our community understands the impact these veterans have had on us in the past and continue to have on us in the present and the future.
The American Legion Post 23, veterans strengthening America yesterday, today, and tomorrow.